What is happening, everyone? I don't know if you can see, but apparently, if you are awesome and subscribe to me, you get 2 months of Audible Premium for free. I myself didn't even know this until I went live. I got a package in the mail. I want to make sure it's what I think it is. It should be. It came from America. Bro, this is wrapped so poorly. Just casual, my book at the bottom of the box. Pokecology! Woo! Honestly, not quite as nice as the Japanese version, but I'm okay with that because I can read this one. Let's find a funky page. Like, look at this. Look at the art. So cool. Ah! Just some light reading. Off to a great start. This one. Got my controllers the wrong way around. But I hope everyone is well. It's Friday! And my god, have there been just news drop out of nowhere today. Oh, second reset, and we had a modest one there. In only a few months' time, Pokemon Bank will officially just do nothing, which is wild. Honestly, kind of crazy to me that they haven't made it like a... Okay, we got back-to-back modest on the leaf green. I'm surprised that they haven't made it so that Pokemon Bank is just an app. Like your in-game storage in your game, like just... Yeah. But, end of an era. Come Pokemon Day, I believe. Double calm. I believe the news said the 27th of February will be the last day for Pokemon Bank, so... I've seen a few people scrambling because there's all these hunts that they planned to do, and it was just... You know, being chill about it, and now that there's a deadline, all of a sudden, which I totally understand. There's going to be shiny Pokemon that are just going to be impossible to ever get again. I'm talking about that partner cat Pikachu. Battle Bond Greninja, like Can't get it shiny, obviously, but will we ever get Battle Bond Greninja again? I would have thought that would have been a Legends ZA thing, but apparently not. Honestly, that would have been really cool if they did that. What else is going on? Pokemon Home is having a 3,000 or an extra 10 boxes added for free, which which honestly I'm pretty happy with. I was willing to pay for more storage, but because my Pokemon Home is currently like nearly full. And I also see that the rumors are heating up for Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald VC getting dropped. So
lizard,
fingers crossed.
lizard.
What is up, Fierce Pokeballs? 55, nice. Lizard. My English copy of Pokecology has come in the mail from America. You know what's really annoying? Without a VPN, it's extremely hard for me to use Amazon in any country that isn't the Australia store. Because I have an Australian Amazon account, a Japanese Amazon account, and an American one. I try to go to Amazon.com, always redirects. I can't even stop it doing it. It's like, oh, bro. Have you seen all of the Pokemon Bank, Pokemon Home news that's come out? Why did your name change colors for me? Your name's been through. It's like a Twitch purple for your watch streak for me. It's dark blue for where you write lizard. And now it's like a darker purple than the Twitch purple for the sadly yes. What's going on? I thought you were someone else for a second. I am sad about Pokemon Bank. Oh, now it's staying consistent. Oops. I feel for people who have been putting off their hunts and are now scrambling to get them done in the last few months that they've got left. What are we in August? Yeah, the last 5-6 months. Yeah, what's up, Rock fan? Some of the comments I've seen, I kind of agree with. Why don't they just make it? You pay for something and you host it locally. It doesn't need to be a cloud-based service. Like the old Gen 3 like Pokemon Box and stuff. Like they were terrible, but you paid for this copy of this game, and all it was expanded Pokemon storage. Which means you're no longer reliant on cloud-based software to look after your stuffs. I also see that if you complete the Pokedex for Fire Red and Leaf Green in Pokemon Home, you will get a event Celebi. It isn't shiny, but I'm pretty sure the Celebi matches some special one that was given out in Japan. Which I think is cool. Ooh, another modest one in the Leaf Green. I did wonder how long it would take for them to not give a shiny. I hope like new mainline games for their Pokedex completion still get a shiny mythical. But I don't mind if these ports of old games have like a non-shiny special event thing. It'd be interesting to see what they give us for Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. I assume maybe just a regular Jirachi, even though you can get a Jirachi in BDSP. No nicknames. But all of the talk about Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, like ramping up, I think we actually will get them. And that makes me excited because that gives me more options if I want to hunt, or when I hunt for shiny Deoxys. Because I could have one running my Fire Red and one running Emerald, for example. Obviously, if the resets are vastly different in their timing, then I probably wouldn't do that. But I'm pretty sure how they are encountered, what form they are, is different. So I think that would be kind of cool to see which one you get first. Called it. What did you call? Ghostbusters? Ah! I had my hair out today. I I just left it untied. And a lot of people that have known me for like years have not even seen me with my hair out. And I've always said to people, I was like, I look like a Temu Jesus. Like Wish.com, Jason Momoa, you know, the We Have Aquaman at Home. Like that. And people just thought, yeah, I guess you've got long hair, a beard, yeah, I get it. But no, a lot of comments about I look like the Lord and Saviour, which I think is a compliment. Oh, Gen 3 coming to the Switch. I mean, we were all hoping it. It was just... Ooh. Ivan Moody. It was Ivan Moody. I also am just good at pulling faces. Ivan Moody. Okay, well I have more hair than him. And while I was typing that, I was like, wait a second, have I fallen for one of those, like, you know, Bofa? And it's like, haha, Bofa, these nuts, got him. I was like, have I just fallen for one of those? And also, when my hair's not tied like back, like that's where you can actually see that. Yeah, I googled him. I mean, all the pictures that are coming up, he's bald. But without the bald, I mean, fuck that picture. He's got mean lining on his beard. It's you have too much tism for making jokes. That's all I have going for me. Is terrible humor. I was getting McDonald's delivered, and my daughter's like, when does the Macca's get here? And I said, well, if you leave it for long enough, it'll start growing mold, and then through that it will get here. And she's like, what? When will it get here? You know? But yeah, with my hair tied back, I sort of look like I have like the Vegeta hairline almost. Which normally people wouldn't be proud of. But Vegeta's a badass and he's the GOAT, so... But then when it's not tied, you can see it's like not thinning at all. It's just like that because it's tied. It's been tied up for 15 years. A bit behind. It's good. Does the band being called Five Finger Death Punch insinuate that if someone's lost a finger, they can no longer death punch? Or does that mean that they have an uncle cousin and they have 5 fingers and a thumb, so it looks like they've got 6 on one hand? Is that what is required to make a death punch? I need to know the answers to these questions. That's like I made a post, it'll be years ago now. I was like, because there's people named Heath and Heather, I believe that insinuates that someone out there must be Heathist. There must be the maximum Heath. The Heathist. No nickname. Death Punch Therapy. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if that was one of their song names. I couldn't tell you any of their songs. Maybe I would recognize some if I heard them. But I've only really heard good things about their music. What is the, oh, that's a female. What is the wrong side of heaven about? Is it life? Is it existence? Whereas the right side of heaven would be the paradise, and enduring a life of having to interact with other human beings would be the wrong side of heaven. The hell did I tap? Tapping buttons. Army vets coming home. Mm. Oh, that sounds like it would be quite sad. Oops. Quirky. I have to say, I mean, I guess we don't send that many. We sort of have stuff for military veterans here, but not to the extent of like America. Like you see all the stuff where everyone thanks them for their service and apparently get benefits and stuff like that. Like it's cool. Because yeah, fuck that. I should give it a listen. Let's open the old Spotify. You'll take this one. Cool. Hopefully they're both doing the same thing. Hurry up, Spotify. There we go. Right, there we go. It has been added to my queue, so even if I forget, the next time I'm listening to music, it'll just come on. I'll be like, what is this? I'll be like, that's right. Perfection. I feel like there was something else that came out news-wise, other than Pokemon Bank, the Celebi, Pokemon Home expanded storage. Maybe that was it. There's apparently a Pokemon Go event around saying Southeast Asia is wrong because it doesn't include all of Southeast Asia, but in that vicinity. Because there was Taiwan and... Where's Cerebi? There was Taiwan and South Korea, but I believe there was also... like Indonesia and stuff, I thought. There it is. Yeah. Japan, Korea, Taiwan, Indonesia, Singapore, Hong Kong, and Malaysia. Fire red, leaf green, home compatible. Yeah. Well, that's why you get the Celebi, is for completing the Pokedex, but it is... I'm glad that we're getting it. My shiny Tangela will be able to join the rest of my shiny collection for an eternity. Alright, there we go. Now they're in sync. That does make me think though, if it was October, right? It must be October because that's when they're expanding the box space in home. So if we get that in October, then I'd imagine we will get Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald compatibility around Pokemon Day next year. Which is when Bank is shut off. Which honestly... It's sad for me in the same way that Ash no longer being in the anime was really sad to me. I didn't have a problem with the new characters. I was like, oh, it's the end of an era. You know, had this for so long and now it's just going to be a relic of the past. But I hope that people that have a few hunts left to do, I hope that they can get them done and get the Pokemon sent up before the cutoff. Because that'll be pretty bittersweet, I imagine. I mean... Every second you're not hunting the Kyogre is essentially a second you don't have the shiny. Even full odds like this, if I did this more than 250 encounters a week, I would have had this by now. Even if it was like 10,000. Oh, you will 100% have better odds with Pokemon Go. You have just missed Kyogre though. Wasn't Kyogre recently? And now we've got Groudon? Oh, all good. Other than being sleepy, I hope you're well, Profi. Hope you're looking after yourself. All good. Well, if Community Day for me doesn't line up with your awake schedule on Sunday, good luck for you and your local community's Community Day as well on the Sunday. No nicknames. None. Fierce Pokeballs, what game were you hunting Kyogre in again? My mind's telling me Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. But I can't remember if that's correct. Ultra Moon? Do it now. I mean, unless you're like in a position where you can't actively hunt. But what I used to do to grind out like reset hunts, depending on the length of time, I would normally try do a minimum of 100 every day. And on the weekends, I would do like 500 a day, minimum. Which sounds like a lot, but if you're just like watching TV or scrolling TikTok or like you can still do the resets. You only need one hand to scroll on your phone and you only need one hand to do the resets if you put a rubber band around it. That was why I started counting encounters. Lots of people did it anyway, so they could say how long or how many resets it took. But the reason I started was that so I knew actually how many I was doing. Because some days you're just not in the mood and you can't be bothered. And you're grinding through, and doing 20 might feel like you've done 50. But you can see the number that you're up to. It's also good because you feel like you are progressing. Hey, double jolly. But once you get into that sort of routine, you'll find at most unless you're going really over odds, at most you're looking at a couple of weeks and you've got a full odds shiny. Like my Celebi was only 3 or 4 weeks and I was double odds. Let me see. Yeah. Yeah, obviously. Yeah, sitting there resetting does, I mean, it takes up time. You could be doing other gaming things, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's just because 100 resets wouldn't be that many. Realistically, you're looking at 40 minutes. Instead of scrolling on your phone when you poop, reset. Do soft resets. Don't do it when you're in the shower though. They aren't water. DSs are not waterproof. It's funny that the thing about the Switch that I miss about the 3DS or the DS era is that when you're doing hunts like this, it's harder to like do as like a second monitor thing, because either you've got to hold the Switch or the Pro controller just it's not the same as the DS. Oh, these are not in sync. But if you have a couple of hunts that are going to be at this point, as far as you know, impossible once bank has been cut off, then I would prioritize those. I'm talking about Shiny Type Null, Shiny Silvally, Poipole, Naganadel, 100% the Shiny Partner Pikachu and Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. I would nearly bet my entire Shiny collection on the fact that we will never get that again. We might get the Pikachu, but not available to be Shiny. And if I remember correctly, it's a very quick reset. Just make sure your party is full, so that you get a go to box, check summary, add to party. You get that pop up, because that's the pop up that you want, so that you can quickly check the summary and see if it is shiny, because you can't tell. There's zero color difference. You don't have a tree to stall? What do you mean? You don't need you don't need that for the Pikachu. The Hat Pikachu's a gift Pokemon. Oh, double quiet. One of them's female. If you still have Pokemon Bank, I can't remember the route, I'll be honest. It's the forest after, so to the west of the Ice Town. On the way to the cave where you see Mewtwo, there's a forest. In there, if you use Sweet Scent, you will get hordes. One of those hordes is of Trevenant. It's a quick way to catch that and not need to worry about trading. That one's a yes, the next one's no. Yeah, so on X and Y, near where you get the Mewtwo, there is, yeah, Trevenant hordes. They'll also have a Sudowoodo in them, either sometimes or all the time, but it'll just be one Sudowoodo. Is Harvest a hidden ability? I bet you it is. You've only got Ultra Move. Okay, well, hold on. 5, 6, 7. Let's go Alola Kalos. Let's have a look. Right, unfortunately in that game you will need to catch a Phantump and evolve it. Which is a pain in the butt. Yes, Harvest is a hidden ability. Okay, well, Phantumps on Memorial Hill, if you do SOSs, you should be able to find one with a hidden ability eventually. Yeah, you'll have to trade to evolve it, but you can still trade between those games, and it just has to be local. Honestly, if you have a local like hobby store where people meet up to play Magic the Gathering, someone there will have a DS with Pokemon and 100% will be able to trade. But I'm pretty sure the Trevenant will only really help you if you're hunting wormhole legendaries, and even then, A lot of them have that much, or that much PP. That out of context is crazy. You've got a pretty good chance of just catching them anyways if you lower the HP, and you don't need to worry too much about leopard berries. It's a good safeguard, but yeah, for SOS definitely. The other option is try find a super cheap DS of some kind. So you can trade with yourself, or a super cheap second-hand copy of X or Y just to run through it so that you can get a Pokemon like Trevenant with a hidden ability. Oh. Yeah, all afternoon I've been having debates. Do I look for an old copy of Ruby, Sapphire, or Emerald just to quickly just run around aimlessly, hopefully get a shiny, and be able to transfer it the whole way up from the OG Gen 3 all the way up? Because I have a DS here that has both cartridge, that can take the GBA cartridges. And I've also got my 3DS, so I've got everything I need to, I just don't have a Gen 3 game, and I'm like, oh, I don't have time to like pick a hunt and play around, but $60 American. Ugh. For a copy of X or Y. Oh. Game's like 15 years old nearly. Oh. $60 is lucky. Pokemon Y eBay. Yep, you weren't kidding. It's not worth that. It wasn't worth that when it was brand new. What's that? What? That's crazy to me. Yeah, well, see, the thing is, the ones on Amazon have been listed by people the same as like eBay, so they just put themselves as a merchant. So, ugh. Yeah, it sounds like best bet is to, if at your local Pokemon Go community, there's bound to be someone who will have an old DS or 3DS with Ultra Sun or Ultra Moon. That'll be able to help you evolve a Phantump, or even they might even have a copy of X or Y that they can even just trade you that they could just trade you a Trevenant with the harvest. Because yeah, I don't recall. No, I think the ability patch came out in Sword and Shield. I want to say. Cheapest ones are Auras, which is crazy to me because Auras is peak. Auras is double docile. Auras is so good. The fact that X and Y costs more is. Don't get me wrong, I love the games, but that's just diabolical. Resellers are crazy. Yeah, Gen 7 in general is great. End of an era though. No more. It's weird to think that there's pretty much a generation of Pokemon players now that never got to experience, or who picked up Pokemon on the Switch, and they've played all the Switch games and all of that, but they just haven't. It hit different back in the day. Female modest. Oh. Yeah, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon is so good. On so many levels. What is this? Why is Buffoon a buzzing? RSVPs? Nah. I still haven't played XD. I can, because it's on the Switch. I haven't, though. I will one day. 100%. XD, DS Era, Black 2, use some ZA. Do I like ZA more than Arceus? I had a lot of fun playing ZA though. No to that one. All I can say is, as much as I love everything about Sinnoh, I did not enjoy playing through Platinum. I thought it was boring and slow. And I did not enjoy playing through Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl for the same reason. Love the region, love the lore, love the Pokemon, love the characters. Dislike this story. The gameplay story. I'll take another Kanto game. Well, see, that's why I got Platinum. I was like, everyone's like, Platinum's the best one. If you're going to just get one Sinnoh game, because when I got it, it was, you just had the 3 games. You wouldn't have BDSP. Everyone's like, if you're going to play Sinnoh, play Platinum. I'm like, sweet. Oh, felt like an eternity. Which sucks because I know how much people love Platinum specifically, but Gen 4, and I loved Legends Arceus, because I love lore, and Sinnoh is like extremely lore heavy, but no, just the pacing of the story, I guess. My brain's like a stick going, do something. Do it. It's not in Sassy. Ooh, next week's going to be a very busy week. Considering I plan my week Sunday to Saturday, Community Day, my regular Tuesday hunt for Tandemaus, Lunala Raid Hour. Shut up and take my money. We've got Magikarp Spotlight Hour, which is the last Spotlight Hour so far that we know of. There won't be one the week after. Obviously, Friday next week we'll be doing this again. If we don't get the Charmander today. Double female. Oh, not the same nature. And then Saturday we've got Mega Starmie Super Mega Raid Day. It is a busy week. It hurts your eyes to focus. Okay, well, I mean, that's fair. The art style is a bit different. So it could just be the art style, really, that's affecting that. Have I played it on the Switch too? I must have. I must have on Pokemon Day. I don't recall it feeling any different, though. So it might be the same for you. Hey, that's valid, really. You can't help that. Oh yeah, I searched those until I couldn't find any more, and I just gave up, and I went to Cerebi. And I went through everyone in the list until I found ones I didn't have. I was like, no, I'm not wasting time with this. Yeah, Cerebi has locations of them all on this site, as well as screenshots, screenshots of the wisps. So if you can sort of use that to work out exactly where they are. A couple of them are like still kind of hard to get, but whoops. That's all I did for that. Oh, because you probably have to do that to get to battle Arceus, wouldn't you? Oh yeah, that's pain. I mean, I haven't completed Legends ZA, and I probably never will. I haven't actually got Mega Zeraora, but it's registered, so. I could go do it, I just can't be bothered. It doesn't feel like there's any reason for me to go back to ZA unless I just want to mess around and find heaps of shinies. Oh, that is a lie. There is one reason I need to go back to ZA. It is for my shiny Diancie from Pokemon Go. I need to level that up to 100. And I believe that's the only game it can be deposited in. So no, some of the wisps are in really like horrible spots. Genuinely just going through the list and confirming, okay, right, I have this one, right, number 2. I have this one, number 3. It's a pain, but I mean, at the end of the day, if you want to get them all, that's the only reasonable way I can see doing it. Just floating around aimlessly looking. When it could be one of those ones that are... Oh, it's in the Coronet Highlands? Oh, that's good. I mean, you've narrowed down... You know what area you're missing it, so that's way less that you have to look for. The Coronet Highlands. Oh, there's non-shot... Oh! It's the Fierceception. Fierce is here and there, and Fierce is everywhere. I bet you if I crack open Pokemon Go, you'll be there too. You just came up on my Switch as being online. Nah, you 100% did. Don't gaslight me. You'll give these wisps one last chance. Are you going to use a guide thing, or are you going to just have a wee gander? Guide? Oh, phew. I was going to say, unless you start finding some shinies, you're probably going to get sick of just aimlessly walking around looking for it. I really need to find time at some point to like read my Pokemon manga and like properly read like these books and the good thing is my Japanese one I think is a hardcover. I've only like looked through it because I can't read Japanese. So that one will stay pretty mint condition, whereas this one, I want to read it at least once. And then it can sit in my cabinet for all eternity. Modest again! I'm definitely getting like an adamant one. When I get this shiny, Or mild. Just something that's like, ugh. Could have been anything else. Well, if it helps, when you enter the Coronet Highlands, save the game. I believe you can turn autosave off. If you save the game when you're there, every single Pokemon that's there is already generated. So if you find a shiny and it runs away, then reset and just go back, it'll be there. That only changes if it's a specific to day or specific to nighttime spawn. Oh, one of my last ones was in Icelands. Oh, yeah, I feel sorry for you with that one. And I do believe if you get one, like a good example, in the Crimson Mirelands up in the north, you can get like combis and stuff, but at nighttime they become haunters and ghastlies. It will swap. I was trying to get a haunter and I failed it, and then I reset and I went back and it had become daytime by the time I got back there, and I was like, where's my shiny? Why is it a male combi? Lonely, I'm Mr. Lonely. I hope as you go through the guide, the ones that you're missing are higher up in the list and not at the end of each area. Just so you can, I guess, waste less time. The Annihilate Outbreaks and 7-star Terror Raid have started as well. They started about 7 hours ago. 6 hours? Yeah, give or take. 6, 7. So if you haven't got Glamora, but you had turned on the internet to get the Raid Den and the Outbreaks, then probably best to start going for those if you want them. Yeah, seeming as I haven't found a shiny today, double X. And I don't suppose that I will get a shiny Charmander tonight. Maybe I do. That is going to be me tonight. I'm going to get those because I haven't found very many shinies this week, and a shiny Mankey, a shiny Primeape, and a shiny Annihilate encounter would be 3 more shinies than I have currently. Oh, Modest again. Yeah, I was going to do some Tandemaus stuff off stream tonight, but seeming I totally forgot about Annihilate, and then I got the notification for it. I was like, oh, actually. Let's do this instead. And also, I imagine the Annihilate 7-star raids are going to be very horrible. Like a cruel and unusual form of torture. I want to check the weather real quick for Sunday. It seems to be a low chance of rain. %19 chance. Thank you, Weather App, for giving me a full screen ad. What the hell? Alright. Yeah. Between 5 and 7% chance of rain on Sunday for Community Day hours. Which is awesome because that means I should be able to wander around and do it. I don't want an obnoxious amount of shiny Nickit, but I also need to catch a lot of Pokemon and complete quite a few field research tasks. So we'll see how we go on Sunday. I may end up just getting an obnoxious amount of shinies. The catches I don't need to complete, but I'd like to complete the field research tasks I need to complete for my Mewtwo's hyper training. Double female again. Oh. Let's have a look at. I screenshot it, so it should be pictures. Screenshots. Whoa, that was my first ever in 2017. My first ever shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Showdown. That's crazy. Is it this one? There we go, right. Can I add this to the stream? Video capture, media file, no we don't want that. Window, screen capture, image. Add source. Sure, image 1. I don't know what the other one is. Look at this. Look, it's me. The last time I got double female with the same nature was at 470. As you can see. That has not happened again. With a wee cameo from Apollo in the bottom of my screen there. I kind of want to see what that other image was. It was 292. That was the first time I ever encountered double female. Well, we've had that lots, so. One day we'll be back here. Keeps resetting until he gets double female, double same nature, double shiny. Man, I'd have a Dumbledore beard by then. Right, relaxed and sassy. No. It's crazy to think because I get double the same nature or double female quite often now, but never both. Hey, there's the female Jolly. We just need the top one to be female and jolly instead of lonely and a boy. I can't remember if Apollo ever finished that hunt. I don't think he did. Right, not too long to go now. We are getting near the 5250 mark. Oops. I believe that was double bold, wasn't it? Was too. But not double female. The rare gender. I wonder how long the drops for Audible are are linked to my channel. Yeah, like jumped on before, I was like, what's this? Oops. And then, yeah, apparently, yeah, 2 months of free premium, and then you get a heap of, like, Twitch, like, logo-y things. I was like, oh. I can't sub to myself, though, so I can't get it for free. I got it. I don't know what it was, but it was little, it was flying, and it kept going, like, right up in my face. I was like, no, had enough of this. Actually, that's... So next week, the... Oh, modest again. Next week being the busy week, yeah, we'll hit 5,500 for this. If I get the Tender Mouse, this might end up going to 2 times a week and just taking over the Tender Mouse slot. But Tender Mouse has to be higher priority than this, unfortunately. Because if I do it less, I'm never going to get that mouse. It's a miserable, miserable shiny to hunt. But then, yeah, getting that and then changing this to 500 a week, I think will accelerate this a lot faster. How's your wisp hunting going, Fierce Pokeballs? Which area did you start in? Coronet Highlands or the Alabaster Icelands? I think that's what it's called. I'll never forget the Coronet Highlands, man. I think that's probably the area I've spent most of my time shiny hunting. Icelands and halfway with nothing. I mean, when you inevitably come across it, it's literally going to be like, really, why? Ooh, double timid. I would say Iceland's is the hardest one. So it's actually probably a smart idea that you're going for it first. Couple more resets to go. And then I've got to try work out how to beat this 7-star Mighty Mark Annihilate. Hopefully someone on YouTube or Reddit have worked out the strat to easily solo it. If not, a surefire online method. I prefer to not do online because people just suck, but Annihilate historically has been probably the hardest raid in general, and that was as a 6-star. I can't imagine what sort of horrors they bring to us with a 7-star. Oh. I hit the number. Well. I've done my 250 for the week. I'm gonna wrap up my stream here. I will be live again on Sunday. I have to keep saying it, otherwise I'm going to expect Community Day to be tomorrow. It's not. I'll be live again on Sunday with Nick at Community Day, which is awesome. Brand new shiny. Good luck, Fierce Pokeballs, on finding your last 2 wisps. They're a pain, but getting that stuff done, you'll be happy. See me Saturday. Well, I suppose it'll be your Saturday. So yeah, it works. But yes, thank you all for coming and hanging out. I appreciate it, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye.